So you want to know what the very best altcoins are for this bull run, but you want to find out which ones you should hodl and which ones you should sell and which ones you should just make some multiples on and run. Well, this is a video for you. Now, I've made my fair share of top ranking altcoin videos. I mean, just go to my channel and click popular, and all my top popular videos seem to be these tier list videos. So you guys like them, but today I'm putting a twist on them because I don't know if you know this or not, but I've been kind of getting away from myself when it comes to making these. I've now added so many coins to my tier list video. There's 72 or 74 coins on this list. That it would be about an hour and a half video if I was to go through each of these and spend just 1 minute on each. And don't get me wrong, I could probably talk 10 minutes least on each of these coins. I love talking crypto as much as the next guy. But I'm not going to do that today. Today, I'm going to really base these based on my conviction levels in each of these coins. And I'm not going to rank all 72 of them or 74 of them, okay? So if you're here to see all 74 ranked, this ain't the video for you. I probably would say in the next month, I will do this all over again. I try to do one of these at least a month. So we can kind of keep refreshed on this. This video, again, isn't going to be the typical, top tier list video, more so my conviction levels and ranking in a different sort of manner. But next month, I'll most definitely do a refresher in the terms of the multiples, because you guys need to understand that every month that goes by, projects might be down, projects might be up. It all depends, okay? Something that cost a 40x 2 months ago might only be a 10x today. So it's very important we watch these as time progresses. Now, I asked you guys a few days ago what your highest conviction altcoins were. And some of these were a surprise, some of these weren't. Now, thank you, first of all, for everyone responding to this. There was like 95 or whatever of you in here, and lots of detailed answers, okay? What I noticed was there's a lot of ICP and HBAR. There were some Caspers, actually Cardano popped up quite a few times, Render probably around the same as much as Cardano, and then there were a few random projects you hadn't really heard of too much, some that I definitely hadn't. Algorand actually was in here a few times as well, so it is good to see, actually Goldfinch was in here a bit now that I look at it as well. It's good to see you guys on a similar wavelength. I understand you kind of attract what you talk about, hence the channel. But again, I think we all kind of understand that in the rough vicinity of the channel, these are strong projects. So it's good to see you guys have similar conviction levels. And I'm going to be doing a conviction project video here soon. This was supposed to be a full, my top 10 conviction projects. Funnily enough, Miles, another influencer, actually made that video a day before I was going to make it. So I didn't want to sound like I was copying him. So I'm pushing that video back, but very strange, unfortunate timing from my end. So nevertheless, guys, before we get into today's picks, all I want to say is if you do want to trade any of these crypto assets, to remember, scroll down and under want to buy crypto, join my CoinW link, sign up. With that link, you'll have to join this group. Once you're in that group, you'll be prompted to create an account on my page right here. And then when you sign in via the link, make sure you copy your user ID number into this Telegram group, and you'll be added into the actual Telegram group that we will be hosting a whole bunch of different things. We're going to have full-time traders in there providing their signals. We're going to have swing trades, hot new picks, new coin listings, market updates, market news, the whole thing. Mark's going to even be in there 24/7 providing his trade, so you can copy trade one of the most profitable traders I know. That's all completely free. You don't have to do a single thing apart from sign up and follow those steps. Now, let's get into it. And when I say, by the way, this list has substantially gained since I first started doing these videos, I'm not kidding. This wasn't even the first tier list video I did. This was 2 months after my first one, and I had 44 coins on this list. Now have a look how many there are. There's 14 coins per row. So let's begin. I don't want to dwindle too much on this. I'm just trying to make the point, guys. I'm not going to sit here, at least in this one, and talk about all of these. Again, in about a month I will. So I think we should obviously start in alphabetical order here and talk about the ones I deem, again, HODL, 50x, between a 50x and a 25x, between a 10x and a 25x. Worth holding. If you hold it, I think worth holding, and then sell. Alrighty. So, hell, maybe we might even get through most of these. We'll see how I feel. You guys know me, I'm a perfectionist, right? Cardano. I honestly think, is it worth holding? I mean, again, keep in mind, this all depends on your multiple goals. If you're someone looking for a 5x, all of these coins, apart from Bitcoin, are basically going to be worth holding. Let me just make that very much evident. If you get any weirdos down below saying, Oh, you're saying to sell X coin. Okay, well, it's not worth holding. Okay, it all depends on your circumstance, all right? So just please let them know. I think all of these to some degree are worth holding depending on your goals. Cardano, I think, personally speaking, if it was me, I can't speak for all of you watching, but for me, if I held Cardano right now, my goal, keep in mind, is a 15x. I would say sell. I would sell Cardano, to be honest with you. Just the multiples here are not going to be fantastic, all right? It's already a high market cap coin, being being $16.5 billion. I'm used to coin market cap, not CoinGecko. So next up, we have Aether. Definitely, I think this coin's probably going to go up 25x. Singularity Net, we're going to put in worth holding, and I'm going to actually jump the gun and put Fetch over here as well. And if I can see Ocean Protocol, I will do the same for that coin. I know it's in here. That's Oasis. Anyway, if it's in here, I'll find it later on. But these three coins are merging, so I just don't know where they can really go. So we'll have to see after the merge. As for a cash, I think a cash is probably going to be probably between 10 to 25x on this, maybe even more. Algorand, worth holding. API 3, I personally think it's an Oracle play, much smaller project. It's going to be a bit hard with this one, right? Because we've got the Pith that's out. Honestly, I think the fact that, was it Teller, that project, the other Oracle project that kind of like had a bit of a flop? Yeah, it was like Teller. I think this might actually have a little legs to stand on, but for now, I'm going to say probably worth holding. Probably, honestly, even a 10x or more, honestly. As for Aptos, I just don't know with this coin, so I'm going to put it in. I mean, I just don't know enough about it, really. I'm going to leave it in this list. I just don't know enough about it to kind of rank it. As for Arweave, definitely worth holding for this coin. Arbitrum, I think, is probably going to go around 25x. A-Star, I would say A-Star is probably going to surprise people, but I don't think it's going to do more than a 25x this cycle. As for Atom, I think Atom, again, probably worth holding here. Avalanche, I would personally sell Avalanche if I had it. I don't think it's going to be an amazing coin to hold for this cycle. Great coin, great idea, but next cycle possibly. As for LF0, I would actually look to sell that. I've spoken about this coin a lot. It might be a very controversial take on LF0. Reason being, I think they're trying to over-deliver and it might get lost in the noise. I talk about this coin quite a lot on Twitter. It's a very interesting project. Do not get me wrong. My heart's in the right place, but I'm trying to tell you, if this was me in my portfolio, you guys know how strict I am. I hold like 13 coins right now, technically 12 if you want to count the merger as a single coin between, Fetch and AGIX. So really, I don't hold many coins. I'm very strict, and honestly, I think the multiples will be made, but if it was me, I would sell. A Bitcoin Cash, I would sell. Beam, I was almost tempted to buy Beam, actually. I think this project will probably do about a 10 to a 25x. I don't think more than a 25x, but I could be very wrong. It definitely has the capabilities to do that. BNB, get the hell out of my screen. BSC pad lost some interest. As for Bitcoin, I think it's obviously worth holding for perpetuity. Wait, that's not Bitcoin. This is Bitcoin. This is Bitcoin SV. I think Bitcoin SV, I love the project, mind you, but I'd probably sell it. Casper with a C, I would probably sell it. And again, I talk about this quite a lot on Twitter, right? So Casper was one I actually held and I actually sold, right? And the reason, again, being because it's a Web 2 focused altcoin, enterprise focused. This coin's going to absolutely demolish most of these coins in the next cycle, right? Because it probably will survive the sort of regulation apocalypse, and it's going to really hit the Web, mass 2 market. But again, I'm talking about this cycle, guys. I have to call it for what I personally think it is. That's what it is. Celestia, I think this coin's probably going to 10x to 25x. We have got Casper in here twice, so we might just move these to the bottom over here. Doge, obviously, I think sell that stupid coin. Again, you might love Doge. You might love meme coins. Fair enough. You guys know my take on meme coins. As for Polkadot, obviously, I love Polkadot. I think it's a 10x in this case. Multiverse X actually, I think, could definitely be one of the weird ones that could hit the 25x or above. As for Ethereum, definitely worth holding. Ethereum Classic, probably sell. Filecoin, I mean, one of the staples in the market, just kind of like Chainlink. It's coming a bit redundant, but if I've got, Arweave over here in worth holding, I've got to put Filecoin in worth holding as well. Flux has that 50x potential. I don't know about HODL for Flux, just because something like ICP, in my opinion, outshines Flux. Now, Flux definitely beats ICP to some regard in some of these aspects, that is for sure. But the market cap so far is not reflecting that it's that much better. Those aspects aren't significantly better than what ICP is lacking, and yet ICP is a higher market cap because, well, the fundamentals are better. I mean, have a look at their R&D team. But, ICP's aspects that overshine Flux happen to make it a more valuable product, in my opinion. As for Gala, I'll be lying, guys, if I said I knew a lot about Gala and what was happening with Gala recently here. Turns out I'm doing all of these altcoins now. This is my problem, right? I love to talk about crypto, so I'm talking quite a lot about all these coins. But you know what? Screw it. Let's just keep going with it. Gala, I don't know. The market cap's actually made a big turnaround since the last time we spoke about it, matter of fact. So it was down here in the dumps, actually. I kind of ruled it all out. It felt like it was even lower. Yeah. So October, it was at 300, 400 mil market cap. I think it had a bit of FUD back over here around, that infighting with the ex-co-founder and the current co-founder active. And then it's just absolutely done extremely well. So this almost is a bit hard to believe at how high market cap this project is and has been. So look, I think honestly, at this point, if you're holding this coin, keep holding it. It's worth holding, guys. Obviously, the FUD's blown over. So excellent stuff to see here. Now, as for Moonbeam from the current prices, this is a good question. Let's have a look here. It hasn't really moved too much, has it? I think the lows were 16 cents, so it's basically doubled. So 16 cents was the lows from memory. So we've got an excellent retracement here. It was up to an unbelievable 70 cents. So guys, I think my opinion still holds strong with this. I think we're looking at probably close to a 25x or more. I feel like I want to put it here. I just lack a little bit of that conviction. I want to put it so high. So again, we're looking at kind of skewed multiples. There really should be a middle ground between all of these. I just didn't want to have a massive lineup, but I think Moonbeam probably could be placed in a 25x. Graph is one of those coins I really don't know too much about, as much as I should. A lot of people like this project. It's an infrastructure project, of course. It's looking to support many other blockchains and provide data points and stuff like that. But, I just don't find the appeal with it, right? And it's interesting because this goes against my kind of philosophy of people not being interested in sort of this infrastructure, like real infrastructure projects, like even lower infrastructure than layer ones. But Graph seems to be doing well, so it's got a good community here. I think, honestly, worth holding. HBAR, I have to put HBAR and HODL. You guys know all the reasons why. Fantastic coin. Helium, don't know too much about in terms of market cap right now, where it could possibly... I haven't analyzed that. I know about the project. I know what it is. All right? It's a deep-in project, IoT, solar, all that sort of fun stuff. I think this is probably going to 10x, I'd say at least between a 10 to a 25x without even looking at the market cap right now, okay? ICP is a HODL project. Illuvium, well, I'm going to have to check the market cap on Illuvium to be quite sure on this, to be honest, because, okay, it does fluctuate. $100 token, all right? So, I think going back up to all-time highs is definitely a possibility here. Problem with Illuvium is the fact that Illuvium is a single game. It's 3 games in one, but basically is a single game, if you will. And if that is screwed up, if the main game itself is ruined, then it's going to destroy the project. It's not like a gaming infrastructure project like, Beam, for example, or Gala, where it's got multiple games. This is it. It's the be-all and end-all. So, look, I would say it's worth holding. I think this coin could likely go 25x or more, above its all-time high being $1,800 from memory. But yeah, we'll just have to wait and see, really. It really is a bit of an iffy one, but if I held the coin, I would definitely still hold on right now. So next up, we have IMX. Love IMX, layer 2 gaming and infrastructure project. Again, I think this one's probably going to do 10 to a 25x. I don't know too much about Injective. It's got a big buzz around it. This coin jumped in the bear market quite a lot. Obviously, it is a Cosmos built, Cosmos built and run layer 1. I think it hit $40, didn't it? $50. Wow, okay. And it went up from nothing. Yeah, so 50x'd. Honestly, since the average lows back in October, these were the lows for most of the crypto market, being $7, and now it's $23. That's about a 3 and a bit X. So I would say, look, honestly, it would be worth holding. Probably could throw it in the 10X. But the difference between a 10X and worth holding really isn't that much at all. I'm just kind of saying if you're holding it, it's worth holding. Look, I think IOTA, probably if I held this coin, I'd probably sell it, that's for sure. Now, Jasmine's been a bit on a tear this cycle, so I think it's definitely worth holding. I would probably have put it in sold, but if I actually held it right now, I would probably keep holding it myself. Casper, I would say I would keep holding it, but if it was, let's say, 6-12 months ago, it'd probably be up here in the 25x area. Cadena, probably worth holding. And I might cherry pick some of these ones now just because we're running out of time. I would say for Chainlink definitely, like the market cap for this coin is obviously quite high, yeah? So where are we for Chainlink here? It's not too high, actually, not as high as I thought, 8.3 billion. I think a 10x from here is easily possible for this one. So, and I definitely don't feel like holding it is like worthy of this project. So a 10 to a 25x for sure. Polygon, again, probably a 10 to a 25x. Mina, I would definitely say this is a 25x plus, like no problem at all. Near Protocol is a 10x to a 25x. Optimism, I'd say, is worth holding for sure. It probably would fit into this column up here. It's a very strong layer 2. I think it's an underrated layer 2, to be honest with you. A lot of projects coming out on the super chain, which is kind of like the ag layer, which Polygon's got this ag layer, super chain over there for Optimism. There's a whole new thing over there for Arbitrum. It's like they're basically like aggregated liquidity, account abstracted like layer for these layer 2s. So, and they're still pretty much all siloed from one another, but they're still very useful, right? So they all have that, the unique USP, which I like. We have Pith. I think Pith's a 25x plus. Render most definitely is a 10x plus. Actually, matter of fact, Render is a HODL coin for me. Render is a HODL coin. I would actually almost argue that Near Protocol would probably be a HODL coin, but I just don't think it quite fits that just yet. Nillion, I would say, is probably going to be a 20, without knowing the tokenomics, 25x-ish. Quant is definitely a HODL coin. That might surprise some of you. I've sold my Quant, and so it really should be down here. However, I think Quant really, truly is. If you're holding this coin, I think you just hold it for the next cycle. Like, honestly, it's such an amazing project. Again, it does lack fundamentals, but I still think 10 to 15x of cycles on the cards. I still do think that. Maybe on the high side, which is kind of why I sold it. I want to 15x my coins safely, not run the risk of that being the top. So that's kind of my 2 cents on the topic. Solana, I actually think Solana is worth holding. It's not going to be even in a 10x column for this cycle. Well, until we pass that point, unfortunately. Stellar XLM, another coin I sold like Quad, but that is worth holding in perpetuity. So is XDC as well. And this might surprise some of you guys. Wormhole's definitely up here. I actually own a Wormhole myself. It's definitely going to do well this cycle, I think. And as for Ondo, it's not a HODL because I haven't done that much research on it, and I just don't think it could stand the test of time as well as these coins. But I think Ondo should definitely be in 10x or above. Manta, I think Manta's a 10x and above as well. And that's pretty much... Oh, Goldfinch was one. Goldfinch, I think, is probably going to fit up here with the likes of Flux. Now, I know I haven't ranked all of these coins here. These are the ones that I don't know as much about. I mean, some of them I do, like Marinade. I mean, I could argue some of these coins I could rank, but again, I didn't expect to rank this many coins this time around, right? So we're lucky we even got through half of that. So thank you all for watching. I hope you like this more so candid approach to, looking through these coins. I mean, I did more research on some because I needed to know a bit of information to rank them. And keep in mind, like, I understand some of you guys might be a little bit angry, disappointed with some of these rankings. You might think, well, hey, this guy was so quick to rank some of these projects as if he really knows where they're going to go to. No one knows where any of these coins will go to. I can tell that for a fact. I'm just speculating. But what I'm kind of running through my mind when I look at these coins isn't just face BS research. I've looked into each of these coins that I've ranked today to some degree, quite extensively in the past. Some like HBAR, ICP, Render, and others, a lot more than some of these other coins, but at least I know I've done enough research here to confidently say publicly what I think about them. Some people can't do that and say that, right? And that's why they kind of come to these weird valuations because they just don't really know as much, and that's fine. Everyone's got their own thing going on. So thank you for making it this far. And look, if you've made it this far, you can help say, Kyron, thank you. Thank you for putting a smile on my dial. Hopefully, at least I have. So drop a like down there. That'd really mean a lot for me. Okay, talk to you all soon. Take care. Bye.